There have been two things I've been hyperfixating on lately: DIY leather journals and bag charms. And the thought hit me, what if I were to combine those two together? Make a baby, if you will. Originally, I wanted to try making my own book bag charm because Coach just recently released readable books in collaboration with Penguin. And the price tag on them ain't cheap. So I was like, oh, maybe I can try and do this myself. Long story short, printer went out of commission, so I had to pivot. Then it hit me, wait, why am I focusing on making a mini book, which is something I've never done before. I've never even made a real life book, but I have made a real life size leather journal, and I can see how I could possibly shrink it into miniature form so that I could have a functional journal on the go wherever I go. It could be a place for a quick to-do list or to jot down a number or a store name for the moment where you just need a piece of paper quickly. And that brings us to the here and now. We're tackling this mission together. I've got some leather scraps begging to become something fun, and I'm just gonna try and figure this out. I'm not following any sort of template, so wish me luck. There's a local Toronto store I order my leather from, and they included these samples of different leathers in each order, which is so generous of them. It's so great to just be able to experiment with different sizes and different colors. And this little patch of green has been one that I knew I wanted to wait for a special project for, and this just felt like the perfect time. Now, typically when I make a leather journal, I use a template that I found online, but I have no template for this mini of a size journal, so I tried to make my own. And on paper, the template seemed like, yes, we were going to be able to make a trifold mini journal out of this little green piece of scrap. But once I cut it to the dimensions I wanted, I learned quickly that there is no way this journal is going to trifold. So we are going to bifold it up instead. Aside from the fact that the journal itself has to be mini, the other thing I had to account for was the fact that I needed a spot to add a grommet that would be the place where I could attach a keychain, which is not something I typically have to make room for in a regular journal layout. So I had to cut out a little notch into my leather so that I would have this spot and it would look proper and be in the proper place, which for a bifold, I felt like the right spot for that keychain attachment would be to put it on the spine in the middle. But I have to say, as someone who typically only makes my journals using a template, it just adds this extra level of anxiety whenever I was cutting or having to punch a hole into my leather, because I just didn't know for sure if everything was going to measure up properly, whereas I don't really have that fear when I'm using a template, because as long as I'm following the template and I'm putting the template properly on, then I'm usually good to go. But nonetheless, we're learning new things in this process, and that's great. Now, the scale of this might be hard to understand on camera right now, but this journal is mini. It's a bebe. And that means that to use my regular elastic cord for the cord that would hold a journal, it would be like too big. It would overtake this journal. So I ended up using embroidery thread to be my quote unquote elastic cord. That does mean it has a lot less give than an elastic cord because yes, it's thread. Shocker. If this was a journal that was going to be used like a journal, then this would definitely eventually take away from the functionality of it, but it worked perfectly for my needs here. But I did need to rely on the elastic cord for being the actual thing that wraps around the journal itself. And that ended up being perfectly fine for that. I think it actually is a beautiful contrast to have used pink here too with the green. It's just a really cute color combo. So far, really pleased with this, but now I needed to come up with my actual insert. I've never made my own notebook insert. I have seen people show how they do it online, and there is a method of doing it with a stapler, which I opted for this DIY, but in the future, I really want to try making my own notebook insert with thread and sewing the pages together so that they open up flat, and that allows you to add more paper into it than you would necessarily with a stapler. But again, for my purposes here, it worked well. I used grid paper too, so that not only was I making a mini notebook insert, but I was making a grid paper one. How funky is that? Now, the cover of this notebook insert is just a plain piece of cardstock that I had in a pile of scraps. I was really trying to be intentional about using as many scraps to create this project, because I think that's what makes a really great DIY, when not only have you made something functional, but you've made use of things that otherwise were just kind of laying around or would have been thrown out. So I like that aspect of this DIY, but I do think it would have been fun to do a little pizzazz piece of patterned cardstock for the cover so that it gave a little oomph when you open the journal up. but nonetheless, it looks cute still. I love it, and decided to just pizzazz it myself by using my pen to make a little cover, a title, some line work, just to make it look a little bit more complete, and so that people know that the notes live here. This is where the notes will be. It's hitting me just now as I'm doing this voiceover that this is my first ever leather journal bifold version. I've only ever done trifolds as I've been in this DIY leather journal journey. So gotta do some more bifolds because they are really functional as well, and I think can even be used for things like passport holder, which would be really fun to like make my own and customize the cover with some maybe gold foil embossing. I don't know, I could go crazy. I bought these keychains on Amazon. I'll have them linked in the description box below so that I could use these as a functional keychain. Super easy to install. And now we're on to bag charm number 2. Okay, for this bag charm, I wanted to use a piece of scrap leather from the original big leather that I had bought purposely for trifold leather journals. This is a random scrap, and I felt like this was the perfect length to actually try tackling a mini size trifold journal. So that's what I did here. Again, I had like a paper template that I had kind of created, but then I quickly went off the rails and just started winging it. You'll notice that I did make space again for a little loop where I could add a grommet for the keychain to be inserted. And again, I aligned it with where I intend the strings, the elastic cords, to be installed so that the journal hangs at a nice angle. One of the main differences between this mini bag charm and the green bag charm, the green journal bag charm, aside from the size, because this one is a lot bigger than the green journal and a little bit more usable in terms of like being a functional journal that you can use on the go. I was also able to use the same tools that I use for my regular size journal. So the hole punch that I typically do for my elastic cords, use the same one. The only difference from the regular size journals versus this bag charm size one is that I didn't add grommets to all of the holes that I'm feeding that elastic cord from. So it allowed the area or the spot where the keychain will connect with the bag charm to be the main focus because it has the gold grommet, but the other ones are just holes in the leather that I fed the elastic cord through. And that was that. This might sound silly or a little too profound for a simple DIY project such as this, but I feel like one of the things I really enjoyed about this process was the art of taking something that I already have learned, a skill set that I've already learned, which is how to make a trifold journal, and using it to make something new, a new variation of it. Because yes, a lot of these steps are steps I've done before, but the miniature size, the not using a template, the having to make my own notebooks for inside of the journals, all of these were new things that I didn't really have step-by-step instructions to look at on how to do it. I just allow myself to figure it out based on my knowledge of experience. And I think it's so important for us to do things like that, to not always have to look towards the internet or a TikTok video or a YouTube video, which is ironic because I know you're watching this YouTube video and maybe this will inspire you to tackle a project like this, or maybe you're just watching it because you're intrigued and you want something in the background while you're doing whatever you need to do, whatever it is that this video is for you. But back to my main point, it does feel like sometimes we lack these opportunities to play, but also experiment, to work through a real life puzzle and to messily work through it, but find confidence in reaching the end and realizing that you were capable of doing it. Like I said, maybe a little bit too much of a profound thought, but I love the fact that I didn't really go into this with a huge plan, and I think it all came together quite nicely. To put my notebook insert together, I used the same process that I did for the green mini journal. Essentially, I cut a ton of grid pieces of paper that were the size that once folded would be a right fit for my mini journal. Now, I had to go through a little bit of trial and error for this to figure out the right sizing because this is not a standard size journal. But once I figured out the sizing, it was pretty easy. I'm not sure how many pages I ended up doing. I'm sure you could count whatever's on the screen and you'd be able to figure it out. But once they were all folded, I stacked them all together and made sure not to forget to add in my cardstock that would be my front and back cover, because that was something that would just add a little bit more structure. Again, this is a random piece of cardstock from a piece of scrap that I had hanging around. This is why I never get rid of paper scraps, because it's projects like these where you realize, oh, like a paper scrap will come in handy. And once all of my folded sheets sheets and cover were stacked together, that's when along the middle fold line is where I used a stapler to add 2 staples so that everything would come together. As mentioned, this journal is a lot larger than the green one, so I feel like that's what makes this a perfect bag charm, because it adds some touch of functionality to your on-the-go journeys, whereas the little mini green one I feel like is a good key charm. Like that would be a cute little thing to add to your set of keys. Again, still functional, but like you have to write really tiny in the mini green journal, whereas this one you have a little bit more room to play with. But both are so cute and light too, which is nice because they don't add a ton of extra weight to either your keys or your bag. So I always like that so that I'm not getting shoulder pain all the time. I walk a lot with bags on my shoulders around the city of Toronto. And when my bag is too heavy, it is the worst feeling of just feeling like, oh my goodness, my arm's gonna come off. But I still have like 30 minutes more walking to do to get home. And then I'm rubbing pain reliever on my shoulder. And the fact that I'm almost 30 is hitting me. It just is a spiral, as you can tell. These turned out so much better than I could have thought. Like, they're precious. I think honestly the biggest improvement I would try to make to this is to the notebook inside. I may try actually stitching a notebook together rather than just like stapling one so that I could add even more pages, especially to my mini trifold here, because this one has a lot of room for more pages, but it's really hard to staple pages together once it gets to a large amount. So maybe I have to like try to make my own stitched notebook. Admittedly, I still want to try tackling the book charm as well. I need to figure out why my printer decided that every time I want to print something, nothing will come out even though it has full ink. The printer always knows when you actually want to do something. That's when it starts to act up. But this is like truly what life is all about, having an idea, following through with it, and seeing where it takes you. And it took me to 2 adorable mini bag charms I now have in my life. Because yes, I want to announce to the world that I am a journaler, and thus I always need to have journal supplies with me at all times. If you are on a journey to being more creative in your life, I highly encourage you to not only like this video, but hit subscribe. I love tackling little projects like this, bringing you along with me as I get into the creative spirit. See you soon with a new one. Until then, bye guys.